It's Wednesday, April 1st, 2026, and we got some more severe weather on the way. So I'm going to be talking about what you need to know about this upcoming severe weather potential. So let's jump straight into today's video. So I do want to start off with our day one outlook for today, Wednesday, April 1st. I was about to say March 1st, but it's not March anymore. But yeah, we actually do have a enhanced risk of severe weather today. Let me get this off here. Let's start with our risk down here in parts of the southern plains. We actually do have a marginal risk though going around all of these risks, as you can see right here, where a few scattered severe storms will be a possibility in that marginal risk, nothing crazy. But we also do got this slight risk over here in the southern plains, and we got another slight risk over here in parts of the Ohio Valley. We also got this slight risk over here in parts of the mid-Atlantic areas where some severe weather is going to be a possibility as well. But then we do also have this enhanced risk over here in parts of Oklahoma, parts of Kansas over there towards northern Texas, that little enhanced risk right there where we have a potential for some severe weather. So if we check out the tornado risk, this is going to be our tornado risk for today. We can see some tornadoes today. As you can see down here, we have a chance for an isolated tornado or two. If one does happen, there could be a strong one up here in that green, that 2%. Then we also got this 2% right here that goes around this brown, where some isolated tornado or two will be a potential. Then we also got this 5% right here, which is a little bit of a higher probability. If you see these little lines right here, those dashed lines, these are stuff like if a tornado does occur, it's a potential that could be strong. It's just these are the colors are the probabilities. The 2% is the green and the 5% is the brown. So yeah, let's check out the wind risk here. If you check out the wind risk and see that, go back to the wind risk. Check out the wind risk here. You can see that we do have a 5% wind risk going around all of this, where some damaging winds will be definitely a possibility with this, and definitely do have a potential for some pretty strong winds. We could see winds up to 70 miles per hour, maybe higher. We got this 30% wind risk, but yeah, the reason why I say 70 and stuff like that is because we got this wind conditional intensity group, because we could see some strong winds in here. So yeah, then we also can see some strong winds down here though too, so damaging winds is definitely going to be a concern. Hail is also going to be a concern, especially over here. We can see some pretty large hail over here. As you can see, that hail conditional intensity group 1 risk, but we also do got this 5% hail risk back here today. So yeah, if we switch over to the future radar here, let's see when these storms will start popping up. Here's the future radar. Start popping up a little bit later today. As you can see, these storms up here, over here, will start moving towards these risks over here, potentially causing some severe weather. But then this risk over here is kind of separate, you could say. And then if we push the future radar up, you can see, look at these storms. We'll talk about down here first. These storms will start popping up. This is at, let me put it down a little bit, 5 p.m. You can see we're having some rain showers, maybe some thunder, and maybe even some snow over here. And then eventually we're going to have some of those storms develop, potentially causing some severe weather within these areas. Right here, this is at 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and then push it up 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Up here is the time of the future radar, Eastern. Okay, this is Eastern. So the storms will start developing, potentially causing some severe thunderstorms and tornadoes, and we can't rule out a strong tornado either. Yeah, once those storms pass through, then they'll kind of weaken out as they go over here. But if we go over to our risk over here in parts of the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic, you can see some of these storms come through. This is 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m., and they do have a potential to produce a tornado, nothing crazy, but yeah, severe thunderstorm, severe damaging winds and hail are also going to be a small concern with these storms though as well. So yeah, just make sure you're having alerts on if you're in any of these risks, especially if you're like when you sleep tonight. Some of these could be overnight, so if you make sure you're having alerts on tonight and everything. So yeah, just stay tuned to watches and warnings and everything. And then this general risk, we could see a few thunderstorms. I wouldn't doubt some a lot of special weather statements over here today. I wouldn't doubt that. So yeah, so that's today's severe weather outlook. Let's check out tomorrow's, because the severe weather continues, as we're gonna have that same storm system that's causing the severe weather today is eventually gonna move all the way up into our slight risk that we're gonna have tomorrow on Thursday. As you can see right here, look at all those storms. They'll eventually just drive up north, potentially causing some severe thunderstorms and stuff. So this risk right here, this one is for Thursday, April 2nd, 2026, as you can see here. The Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk going around this slight risk, which is this level 1 out of 5 marginal risk, where some scattered severe weather is going to be a potential. Then we got this slight risk in the middle here, which is that level 2 out of 5. So this is for Thursday. This is tomorrow. If we check out the tornado risk here, we do have potential. We do have potential for a few tornadoes too. As you can see here, we got this 2% tornado risk going around it. Then we got this 5% tornado risk, and we can't rule out a strong tornado with any of these storms either. If we check out the wind risk, we got that tornado conditional intensity group 1 and the other one. But we got this wind risk over here as well, for some damaging winds is going to be a potential with that 15% probability in the middle. We got that 15% wind risk in the middle there. So we can see some damaging winds. Hail is also going to be a smaller type of a concern, but hail is going to be a potential as well as some of those storms move up there. So if we switch back over to our precipitation type here again, those storms will move north. The severe thunderstorms that are causing the enhanced risk down there and towards the south and the southern plains, those will eventually move north. And you can even notice some of this snow and some of this ice that we might have on the top part of it. So yeah, all those storms will move north, and this looks like a pretty significant excessive rainfall risk too, though. If we push this forward a little bit more, those storms all start popping up, potentially causing some severe weather and stuff like that. And I wouldn't doubt to see an enhanced risk of severe weather in somewhere within these areas, probably more like something like this. So yeah, I wouldn't doubt to see an enhanced risk. So just make sure you're paying attention to this as well. For Thursday, which is tomorrow at the time I'm making this. The severe weather continues though as we get into Friday. So this is Friday, April 3rd, 2026. You can see that we already have a enhanced risk outlined by the Storm Prediction Center for southern Iowa and northern Missouri. Slight risk around that, and then we got that marginal risk around all of that, where some severe weather is going to continue. So yeah, we'll have probably some more details on this tomorrow, but yeah, if we check this out, it says severe thunderstorms are expected Friday afternoon and into the evening hours across Iowa, southward into the southern plains. Very large hail, severe winds, and tornadoes will be possible. So yeah, I'll be watching this state very closely. So that's what's going on. You heard me mention excessive rainfall threats. Yes, this is the day 1 excessive rainfall chance. Slight risk for excessive rainfall in these areas. Then that storm system will move north, another excessive rainfall chance within that area on Thursday. Then it continues on Friday, then it continues on Saturday, and then it continues, and it doesn't continue after that. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. We're going to have some fire weather in eastern New Mexico, western Texas, and then we'll eventually shift up into this critical fire weather risk tomorrow on Thursday, April 2nd, 2026. So yeah, that's our fire weather risks and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on and everything like that. So yeah, and if we switch over to the GFS feature radar, all of these storms, show you guys this, all of these storms will come together and kind of move east. Like we're watching for around April 4th, these storms could continue. Okay, these storms could continue, potentially causing severe weather mainly in the Ohio Valley. And it could continue as we end April 4th. On Saturday and Sunday, it could continue, as you can see here. If we push this up a little bit, you can definitely see that we could see some severe weather on Saturday and Sunday. As you can see, we're going to have the potential line of storms move through some of these areas. So, yeah, the SPC has not outlined any type of risk for this yet. But, yeah, and this thing down here, we actually might have some rain down here. I wouldn't doubt a excessive rainfall chance for Sunday down here in the south. As you can see, we can see that little storm system move through. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much what is going on right now. And, yeah. So if we check out our temperature anomaly, this is kind of what our temperature anomaly is going to be looking like. You can see we got some cold air trying to come down here. We got some cold air coming down. We even got some cold air over here. We even got a warm blob of air in these areas, okay? And then if we push this forward a little bit, look at this. This warm air continues out here. So, but if you push it even farther up around Saturday and Sunday, all this cold air will eventually go into the United States. And it will probably get pretty cold around Easter. and stuff like that, wherever celebrate on. Then this warm air continues. It looks like we're going to see some warm air over there, but it looks like this cold air is probably going to last all the way from Sunday until like April 8th or something. So yeah, if we do check out the temperature outlook for this and see what the Climate Prediction Center is thinking. Yep, above normal temperatures in some of these areas, potentially 36% chance of near normal in that gray, and then we got that potential below average. So the southeast has been pretty quiet with severe weather. So anyways, yeah, and I think that it has been pretty quiet, except that March 16th. Oh yeah, it looks like we're seeing a 40% chance of below normal precipitation within these areas for a while. So be watching that, and then above normal potentially in that green. And yeah, that's all I got for you today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next weather update video.